Hello and welcome. Today, I wanted to make a video about lust. Lust is the final enemy. That's something we all have to conquer if you want to achieve your dreams and also live happily and spiritually and believe in God, etc. The thing with lust is there's different stages of lust, and we're gonna go over them and see how we can conquer lust as a whole. The first part is porn. You need to realize that porn is like literally like an agenda. Like before social media was so big and internet was so big, there was so little access to such things. Although there's magazines and stuff like that, but now everywhere you look on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, everywhere there's very explicit videos being shared and also people sexualizing themselves. That leads to you ending up in that rabbit hole. But the thing is, you need to realize that you're basically a cuck. You're feeling good about yourself, enjoying yourself, watching others do the deed. And I'm not saying that you should just go out and just finding a girl and doing that way, because then you wouldn't find your purpose that way. It will be just the same thing but better. Although you can do that, I advise you to go and do that because that's better than just sitting at home watching a screen. But that's not like the advice I would give to my son, because there's no point just going out finding new girls to just fuck. There's no point in that, because you need to find you have purpose, because sex was like biologically is to have children. That's a purpose, to care about the children, take care of them, all of that. But people just made it this act that's normal to do. Also, especially in Europe, there is like okay to have sex maybe on the first date, and the person you haven't even like gotten to know, and you share your energy with them. Yeah. Anyways, the first thing is porn. You need to cut that. Cut that. Every time you see like something sexual, just press not interested and keep that as a routine. Every time you see it, like program your mind to just skip these things and control your emotions. Or you, if you cannot control your emotions, like just try to go out 30 days without doing it, and you'll see how hard it actually is and how addicted you are. You need to cut that. Lust is a sin for a reason. It's the most accessible sin, and it eats you from the inside. That's why it's the hardest to conquer. The easiest things to access is always the hardest things to quit. It's especially like when nobody's watching you, you're alone, you're bored. That's the biggest reason when you're bored. When you have a purpose, you have things to do, you won't fall into your emotions easily. Although you can still control it, even if you're like bored 24/7. That's the goal. The second type of lust is social media, like wasting your time and purpose. Also, going out all the time, wasting your time that way, or just watching social media all the time, watching people like, oh, I got rich doing this, blah blah blah, watching live vlogs, and basically wasting time. Wasting time is a sin, as a form of lust, and that's something you need to conquer by finding a purpose, which also will lead you quitting porn too. But if you've quit porn, you need to master this too, because you need to quit social media and begin to produce and not consume as much. I'm not saying to just never watch it. I'm saying you need to control it. Maybe have an hour of entertainment every day, 2 hours. And this is something that I struggle with personally, because it's very hard. Like, I watch YouTube a lot, so to managing that, oh, let's watch one more video, and while I'm eating, or just, yeah, ended up wasting a lot of time. The third thing and it's the hardest thing, is to completely have control over your thoughts and imaginations. When you go out, when you see somebody, you don't imagine anything, you don't think about a sinful thought. That's that's my goal. I want to achieve that. Like before, for me, I'm not gonna lie, I was addicted to porn. When I got stuck into that, like in high school, I was addicted to it, and if I've like it taken me so long to slowly decreasing it until I can like control it completely, and that fucked up my mind. So like before, I was addicted. Porn was a sin. Like it was so shame. I was so shameful of even thinking it about it. But also, I was disgusted thinking about the act. Like I always thought wanking is like very disgusting, and it's something that you shouldn't do. And I wanted to get to that mindset again. That's when I realized that I wanted to quit, and just like I realized that I actually thought it was disgusting to do, and now it's so normalized. Everyone is talking about like it's normal to masturbate. It is not. It's not normal. You're wasting your energy. You're wasting your purpose, and you're wasting your time, and you're fucking up your mind. So, when you go out, having control of your gaze and having control of your thoughts and imaginations. So you don't imagine stuff, any sinful stuff, and you don't think about it when you see someone or talk about someone, especially with like girls. Yeah, we're not gay here, so but that's the goal, okay? And I've now gotten to that level, by like I believe I will get there slowly, and I don't think anyone like my age have gotten to that level, because it takes a lot of dedication and practice. And also, when you start getting responsibilities, like having children and a wife and a family, like the purpose always takes over. But especially now, when you like figuring out stuff, it's hardest to control. But I'm not like stressed about it, because I know that I will have complete like control of my thoughts and brain, because I don't want to think sinful stuff. I want to think like imagine stuff. And once I have control over that, although like I'm not talking about like randoms, I'm talking about my like girlfriend too. Like it should be in moderation. So yeah, that's the thing I want, and you should strive to conquer lust too, because someone that can conquer something that's so hard, because it's so accessible, that just proves to yourself that you have all the dedication and discipline in the world to do anything you want. All these skill sets that you get from just conquering lust, you can put in to anything and achieve it. That's the simplest way to prove to yourself. Because when you start like doing stuff, let's say making money or going to the gym, it takes a long time until you see results and prove to yourself that you're dedicated because you go every day. And this is the same thing, but it's easier to do, but harder to achieve. So yeah, this is the video about lust, and I hope you take something away from this. Keep in mind, like every time you think about porn and you start working, just imagine yourself like people are watching you, and just imagine looking at yourself like you're disgusting. And yeah, thank you for watching. And lust is a sin for a reason, so stay away from it.